Now to Israel, where police in Tel Aviv used water cannons to disperse protesters who were calling for the release of all hostages in Gaza and for the resignation of Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. In Gaza tonight, the focus is on the fighting that has left Palestinians with nowhere to run. CBS's Imtiaz Tyab is in Tel Aviv for us. Imtiaz.
Good evening. Well, with the first truckloads of desperately needed humanitarian aid now arriving in Gaza from the $320 million U.S.-built floating pier, the violence across the devastated Palestinian territory from north to south is only widening. It's some of the fiercest fighting seen in the northern Jabalia refugee camp in months. The Israeli military said in January it had dismantled Hamas's command structure across Gaza's north. But now says the resurgent Hamas are back. But it's in the southern city of Rafah, where despite overwhelming international pressure, including from President Biden, not to carry out an offensive there, Israel is now in the 10th day of what it's calling a precise operation. But strikes like this, leaving behind massive craters in streets where civilians had been sheltering, are anything but precise. Enough already, says Saeed. I'm 57 years old and have never seen a war like this. Every time the Israeli army orders us to a safe zone, it's not safe. The worsening violence comes as the Israeli military said tonight it had recovered the remains of hostage Ron Benjamin, who was believed killed on October 7th. On Friday, it was also announced the remains of three others, Amit Bouskila, Itzhak Galarenter, and Shani Luke, were also retrieved. Shani's mother, Ricarda, told us the family were told in December that there was strong evidence the 22-year-old had been killed before her body was taken into Gaza. And that while it was difficult to learn Shani's remains had been found, it was also a relief.
How will you honor her memory going forward?
I wanted to remember her really as a light that she was for us and for other people. She really believed in peace, and she told us once even, there are no bad people, there are just people that have a bad time. I mean, that was what she said all the time.
But any kind of peace, tragically, seems a long way off, Ouija, as ceasefire and hostage release talks in Cairo stall, and as hopes of Hamas and Israel reaching a deal to end the violence become even more remote.
And that's despite months of negotiating. Imtiaz Tyab, thank you.